The atmosphere speaks for itself here inside a sold-out Cameron Indoor Stadium. The students lining up who knows how long to get the best seats they can get here inside this historic building. Saturday primetime presented by DirecTV, and this is the one they've been waiting for here on Tobacco Road. The #1 team in the nation, the North Carolina Tar Heels, are here in Durham to try to avenge a defeat to the Blue Devils from earlier this season. As if that weren't enough, as Reese mentioned, another thing that's at stake here tonight, the outright ACC regular season championship. Time now for the starting lineups.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the Tar Heels of the University of North Carolina, a 6'5" junior from Alexandria, Virginia, #1, Marcus Ginyard. At 6'8", and a sophomore from Torrance, California, #21, Dion Thompson. At 6'9", and a junior from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, #50, Tyler Hansbrough. A 6'4" sophomore from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, #22, Wayne Ellington. And at 6'3", and a senior from Oakland, California, #11, Quentin Thomas. Your head coach, Mr. Roy Williams.
He feels awful for his former teammates to end their career this way, and he does not want that to happen to him tonight.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Aaron. In that game, Tyler Hansbrough had 27 points and was dominant, 10 rebounds, and they beat the Duke Cameron Crazies here, 83-76 on J.J. Redick night, Sheldon Williams night. Two key players tonight. I think a key player for North Carolina has to be Wayne Ellington. He can go 3 for 14 like he did in the first matchup.
But an outside shooter, but he was pure on that first shot.
I remember in game 1, we did not see Ty Lawson. We'll see him for at least about 25 minutes tonight.
Wayne Ellington just 3 for 14 in the first game against Duke, makes a tough turnaround.
You talk about a tough shot.
DeMarcus Nelson, the senior, the leading scorer for the Blue Devils at better than 15 a game. The rebounding figures to be a key as well. Carolina's got the best rebound margin in the country. Duke, as you know, is not a very big team. Look at Hansbrough fighting for it and cashing in.
6 games he replaced Lawson. They went 5-1. The only loss to Duke.
Paulus had 6 threes in the win over Carolina last month. Misses his first try tonight. Marcus Ginyard end-to-end. Ty Lawson as well for Quentin Thomas.
Now they change the complexion of their club. They become ultra quick. He is as quick as anybody in America with the basketball. So is Collison down at UCLA.
Alex Stevenson is in as well. Hansbrough's out early. Probably not for long. Nice feed. Lawson to Green.
Take a look at Lawson. He beats you off the dribble with great quickness. Then he's under control. There's the little dish. I told you before the show, he could be a key player off the bat. Look at him run.
Wow.
Look at them get the ball up the court. You know what that was reminiscent of?
Off to Singler. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Singler spins, has it taken away.
North Carolina playing better defensively as a unit. Something that was really a question mark early this year.
Danny Green from Marcus Ginyard. Green defended by Nelson. Hansbrough's got Singler on him right now. Green driving, takes a bump, finishes strong.
To use up too much energy tonight. He's scoreless so far, guys, but he has been talking to guys like Greg Paulus, other his teammates, and saying, just calm down, calm down.
All right, now they got to get a hand in the face of Danny Green.
Well, we talked on the top of the show. I tell you, 2 important players for North Carolina. Yeah, he's really been a positive force, as you said earlier. Shire and Green, 2 of the best roll aid specialists in America.
Lawson back in at the point for Carolina. Hansbrough driving on Singler, backs him down and lays it in.
Threes. Take a look at the All-American, the All-Rolls Royce there. Tenacious Tyler. Tough Tyler, I'll tell you, he is special.
How about in his 5 games against Duke, he's averaging about 22 points and 11 rebounds per game. There's Lawson.
Take a look at this right here. And then he's going to use the reverse layup because he's going to utilize the basket to protect the basketball.
Hey, Lawson did not play. It's since Shaq joined them. A big game tomorrow. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern on ABC with the GMC NBA Countdown.
Tell you one thing, they look totally out of sync when you look at the Suns right now.
Hansbrough. Wow.
He's a monster inside. came out of Oregon like Kevin Love did.
Danny Green, he's got a dozen, Dick.
Player of the year in football as a quarterback. He's a tough competitor. David Cutcliffe might want to get him.
Ellington with the answer at the other end for the heels.
They were 4 for 24.
Hansbrough on a switch on Paulus, a deep three. And Green rips down the rebound in traffic. 4-on-1.
What a great job. What a terrific job in transition. I mean, you couldn't plan that any better as a coach. They run their fast break drills, not any better than that.
Though, in transition, Danny Green having a big night, playing Roy Williams basketball on that trip.
Run, baby, run. That's Roy's style.
Knocked away. McClure gives it away to Green. Carolina again.
They love to run, baby. I think about a timeout. I think about a TO, Coach K. And Jason works for them. By the way, Carl Liebert gave me great news. Bought 2 tables for our big event for the V Foundation.
Hansbrough. Zubek goes down. Hansbrough races it in.
You can't emphasize how important that is when your leading scorer, your senior, who's got to give you leadership, has not scored here in the first half.
Ellington caught in the corner, finds a wide open Lawson.
He's so strong with the basketball. Any way you cut it, when your 1-2 scorers don't score, how are you going to win? They're 2 guys they have to have on a board.
How about Quentin Thomas with a beautiful feed to Deion Thompson?
Both mentored by 2 superstars, Dean Smith and certainly Robert Montgomery Knight.
Lawson to Hansbrough. 12-footer, yes.
7 feet, takes a lot of space inside.
What a different story on the glass here in the second half for Duke.
How could you not love college basketball watching this emotion and intensity?
Hansbrough's prayer is answered.
That's a prayer for most guys, but that's a normal shot for him. I love this. Are you kidding? You're like a little kid sitting here.
3 at the other end for Ellington. Carolina by 7. With 6 all in the second half. How about this? Duke out rebounding Carolina 13-5 in the second half. Nelson again has it taken away by Lawson.
Here's where Lawson excels. Look at that pass, right on the money.
Danny Green.
Terrific pass.
Lawson got it.
He is such a talented player. An all-ACC performer.
Carolina by 5. Off a screen. Here comes Ellington. Soft touch.
He's really asserting himself. He's shooting more in rhythm than he did in game 1.
And Hansbrough looks for help. Duke playing much better here in the second half than they did in the first. They have cut into the lead. Lawson got it.
I tell you, Lawson's been bringing off the bench. That's Duke's offense. What you saw right there. Drive, draw, and kick the ball out.
And Quentin Thomas with the answer for the Shire 3.
You can moan and groan about it all you want. I wouldn't want to be any place else.
This is a treat. Will Graves back in. Played briefly in the first half. Hansbrough forces it up and in.
You know, that's what he did in game 1. He gave him 5 big baskets on the interior and really was a difference maker.
Mike Krzyzewski said it was the best game he had played. It'll drop. I think it was Stevenson who will get credit for it.
Have a tough time getting the ball in any kind of one-on-one situation. They double him up so quickly. Singler doing a great job denying him the ball.
Ellington penetrates, banks it in, and ties the game.
Great move by Ellington. You know, Tyler Hansbrough has not lost on this floor as a player.
Hansbrough down into the post with 10 on the shot clock. Can they get him a touch? Ginyard. Green keeps it alive. Hansbrough's got it.
That's why he's an All-American. Make big plays. Great offensive rebound by Tyler Hansbrough.
As he becomes the 6th Tar Heel ever to reach the 2,000-point plateau. In typical Hansbrough fashion, it wasn't pretty or easy, but he worked as hard as anybody else.
Oh, he's so tenacious. He plays harder than almost anybody I've ever witnessed in my years on television. This is the biggest possession of the night so far for Duke. This is their biggest possession of the night.
Under a minute to go. Henderson lost it to Lawson.
Look at that speed.
Wow.
Look at that speed from end to end.
And the follow is there for Danny Green.
A rematch of this in the ACC Championship next week. There's Lawson right now. Defense tries to cut him off. There's the tip in. I'm going to spread the court. Just take time away. Spread the court. Why not take the jam? They're going to be celebrating on Franklin. They got this W. Looks like it's in the book.
Number one's on a 10-0 run right now. Nelson misses the three, and it looks like, again, a senior night for a significant Blue Devil is going to be spoiled by the Tar Heels.
Well, Tyler Hansbrough, how many players can claim 3 years in a row coming to Duke and leaving with a W? Fine assistant, Steve Robinson on his staff as well.
Another block, the 13th by Carolina, off Paulus, out of bounds.
Great defensive effort today by North Carolina, and that's why they're going to celebrate as the regular season champs in the ACC. My friends, when you could do it for the entire 2-3 month period, that's a sign of being an outstanding basketball team.
Regardless of what happens in the ACC tournament, does this lock up a number one seed for North Carolina?
You know, I really believe it does. I think that they're going to be a lock for a number one seed unless something dramatic happened and they lost in the first round. I think there's no way they can lose that number one seed.
And what about Duke? Where do you see them? As a 2?
I see them at 2. I see UCLA as a 1. I see Memphis as a 1. Kansas, Tennessee battling for the other 1 slot.
Number 1, North Carolina withstands a furious rally by Duke in the second half, closes the game on a 10-0 run, and number 1 will stay there. A 76-68 win. The North Carolina Tar Heels win the ACC regular season championship, finishing a game ahead of Duke. Despondent Duke fans, and a tough night for DeMarcus Nelson. His senior night ends in a loss.
Yeah, he really had a tough first half. I think really couldn't get going. A lot of emotion here today. Mom and Dad in the house. Came back second half, played aggressively, but it wasn't enough.
Meanwhile, Tyler Hansbrough wins in this building for the 3rd year in a row. He finishes with 16 points, 15 rebounds. Danny Green, a sensational night, 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 blocks. Number 1 Carolina over Duke, 76-68. Danny Green, the 6th man for the Tar Heels, just might have been the best performer in this game tonight at both ends of the floor. What a night for Carolina here at Durham as they silence the Cameron Crazies.